and I'm here to give you a closer look at some of the basic aspects of the thrilling sport of ice hockey. First, let's take a look at some of the equipment worn by a hockey player. And to demonstrate it, we'll introduce at this time Colin Lister, business manager of the Fort Wayne Komets. Colin? Here we have a pair of skates. You'll notice they are sturdily made of kangaroo hide, with tendon guards that prevent possible injury from the skate blades of other players. Now let's take a good look at the blades. You'll see that they're curved. 1.5 inches to a maximum of 3 inches is in contact with the ice at any time. This enables the player to stop, start, and maneuver easily. Now these skates are sharpened before every game and frequently before practice sessions. They cost $75. The average hockey player will use from 1 to 2 pairs in a season. Here is a skate worn by a goaltender. The main difference is in the blade, which is flat. There's additional protection around the boot, as he frequently is hit by the puck. Here is one of the gloves worn by a player. The gloves give good protection to the back of the hand and also to the wrist. They cost about $60 per pair and generally last 1 season. The palm is made of soft, supple leather so that the player retains the feel and control of the stick while having maximum protection at the same time. The puck is made of vulcanized rubber. It is meant for a team to use 24 pucks during the course of 1 game. The main reason for the freezing is so that the puck will not bounce. It will also move more freely across the ice. A puck at room temperature would tend to slow down as it melted the ice. Colin, why don't we demonstrate those 2 important rules, all right? Now, during the game, you're certain to see what is called icing the puck. If a player shoots the puck from his side of the center red line down the ice and over the other team's goal line, and there the puck is touched by an opponent, the player who shot the puck is called the opposing goalkeeper or any member of the defending team before it crosses the goal line, or if a goal is scored as a direct result of the shot. The main purpose for this rule is to prevent teams from simply shooting the puck the entire length of the ice every time the other team can precede the puck into the attacking zone. This is the attacking zone of the team going to your right. A player is offside if he's over the attacking blue line and receives a pass from a teammate who is not over the blue line. He is also offside if he skates over the opponent's side. A player is also offside if he's over the center red line and receives a pass from a teammate who is behind his own blue line. A most important thing to remember is that an offside is determined by the position of the skates of the receiving player and not the position of the puck when it is completed. There are only 2 places where an offside can occur. These are the center red line and the attacking blue line. When an offside occurs, the linesman will blow a whistle, and play will stop. The entire puck is over the goal line. It is not sufficient for the puck to be resting on the goal line. Well, Colin, I think we've demonstrated the 2 basic rules of the great sport of ice hockey. We've shown the equipment that is used by the hockey player. The remainder of the film we've been devoted to actual film highlights in color of the International Hockey League playoffs, the game between the Fort Wayne Komets and the Dayton Gems at the Memorial Coliseum. This is the Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the home of the Fort Wayne Komets. The most important basic requirement for playing hockey is the ability to skate and to skate well. A player must be able to skate forwards and attain speeds up to 45 or 50 miles an hour, as Eddie Long is demonstrating. A good skater must be able to stop and reverse at full speed, turning either to the left or to the right, and be going at full speed after a couple of strides. In hockey, there is also the need to skate backward. Here's Eddie Long demonstrating the proper method. It is necessary for the skater to bend his knees to attain a semi-sitting position, which gives him proper balance. Should there be any contact here with the opposing players, the shock of the check will only push the player backwards and not tip him over. The advantage of being in the goal. Stick handling is the ability to handle and carry the puck with a stick. And here Reggie Primo demonstrates this movement and also shows the proper way to carry the puck while skating. The players must also learn to stick handle while skating at great speeds without looking down at the puck. The puck is pulled to the left side and the right side alternately. Once you have started the motion with the puck, it makes it more difficult for the opposition to check. As you will notice, Reggie pulls the puck away from the stick check of the opposition. The art of stick handling contains most of the movements of deception which will lead the opposition into wrong moves. To the same matter is taking a shot, although of course it is not as hard. The upper hand is working against the lower hand acting as a lever. When the potential pass receiver is moving at top speed, the pass is made just ahead of the receiver. You must make lead allowance. Now the push pass. This pass that is using one hand against the other with a flip of the wrist. It is used when there is an opponent between the puck carrier and the receiver. The flat pass at this time would be too easily intercepted. Now, another interesting pass in hockey is the drop pass. This pass is executed by placing the stick in front of the puck, stopping the stick momentarily, and then moving the stick away. The puck should be left still, so it is easy for your teammate to pick it up. Another interesting pass, the back pass. This pass is not recommended. It should be used only when the puck carrier has taken a good look and is sure of his intended receiver. Should this pass miss, it'll give the opposition a good breakaway, as it will be going in the direction they want. For this reason, it is a dangerous pass. Now let's demonstrate pass receiving. To receive a pass properly, you should catch the puck with your stick. Do not hold the stick firmly. Be relaxed. Move the stick back with the pass as you would move your hand when receiving a baseball. Pass receiving. Here, Eddie Long demonstrates the various shots in hockey. The first is the close-in shot. This shot should be made from in front of the body because it is less likely to be telegraphed. Consequently, it's the most difficult for the goalkeeper to read. You must follow through on the shot, the close-in shot. Another colorful shot is the slap shot in hockey. Now, the slap shot is the most powerful shot in hockey and the most difficult to execute. Very few players have a good slap shot. You must puck and put all your weight on one leg with a good follow-through. You slap at the puck with your wrists, and the stick must hit the ice behind the puck. This shot is generally low, which increases its effectiveness. Another good shot is the backhand shot. Now, the backhand shot is the same as the shot, but is done from the opposite side. There's the backhand shot. Now the various checks in hockey. Now the poke check is the most used and is simply a forward poking motion with the stick. Timing is the important factor with the poke check, and when done properly, will give the checker a breakaway, trapping the attacker. The next check is the hook check. The hook check is executed by going down on one knee and laying the stick flat on the ice. Your stick is then drawn in with a hooking motion that brings the puck to you away from the attacker. A left-handed player will hook with his right, and the right-handed player will hook to his left. Now, body checking. There are two types of body checks, the hip check and the shoulder check. The hip check is executed by the defender moving into the attacker with his body and turning his hip into the attacker. The other check here is the shoulder check, and the shoulder check is executed by the defender hitting the attacker with his shoulder. Here the Komets demonstrate the art of defense. The most important thing to a defenseman is to keep himself between the puck carrier and the goal, moving off to one side when he has less chance of getting off an accurate shot. Where there's one attacker and one defenseman, the defender should play the man and not the puck. Now the Komets demonstrate 2 against 1. When this happens, the defenseman should stay in the middle of the ice and back up slowly. Do not be sucked to either side. Your only chance is to stay in the middle and make the opposing player take his shot from an angle. The next demonstration is 2 against 2. This actually becomes man for man. The man playing the puck carrier should be a few feet ahead of his puck carrier, takes a position a few feet behind, and backs in toward the goal. Let's watch 3 on 2 again, watching the position of the forwards. The forwards on the attack should spread apart and not crowd the puck carrier. When kicking the puck, the forwards always should be looking so that they know what players are with them and where they are. In the opponent's end, the stick should be on the ice because that's where the puck is. Now body checking and back checking. Here Eddie Long demonstrates the importance of skating with your check and not following the puck. If your man is covered properly, he cannot get a pass. Therefore, you're able to keep him from scoring. Now we'd like to demonstrate the goalkeeper. This is Harold Ellis of the Komets demonstrating. The goalie's obvious job is to keep the opposition from scoring. To assist him, he's allowed to wear special equipment. His skates are of the runner-type blade, which allows him to move or to slide freely from side to side. His leg protection is considerably more than the other players, as he's constantly using his legs to stop the puck from entering the net. These pads are actually 10 inches wide. Notice his stick is also larger than the other players. With this additional equipment, he concentrates on the angles and uses this to his advantage by lessening space behind him. The goal itself measured 6 feet by 4 feet. Ice hockey is not particularly a complicated sport. There are very few simple rules that you must know. If you know them, I'm sure they will enhance your enjoyment of ice hockey. Now let's take a look at the ice rink where hockey is played. Now the size of the rink will vary somewhat from building to building, but the average is an ice surface 200 feet long, 85 feet wide. And this, incidentally, is the size of ice surface at the Allen County Memorial Coliseum. The ice surface is surrounded by a wooden wall known as the board. The wall is approximately 4 feet high. 10 feet from each end of the rink, a red line 2 inches wide is drawn completely across the width of the ice and continued vertically up the side of the board. At the center of this line, a regulation goal and goal net are set in such a manner as to remain stationary during the progress of the game. The goal is 6 feet wide and 4 feet high, measured from the inside of the goal posts. The red line across the ice is known as the goal line. This is the goal line. In front of each goal, a goal crease area is marked by another red line. The crease measures 8 feet by 4 feet, as we display here. The ice area between the two goals is divided into 3 parts by lines 12 inches in width and blue in color, drawn 60 feet out from the goal lines and extended completely across the rink parallel with the goal lines and continued vertically up the side of the boards. That portion of the ice surface in which the goal is situated is called the defending zone of the team defending that particular goal. The central portion is known as the neutral zone or center ice, and the portion farthest from the defended goal is known as the attacking zone. There is also a line 12 inches in width and red in color drawn completely across the rink in center ice parallel with the goal lines and continued vertically up the side of the boards, and this is known as the center line. Also, a circular blue spot 12 inches in diameter is marked exactly in the center of the rink. With this spot as the center, a circle of 15 feet radius is marked with a blue line. This spot is used for face-offs at the beginning of each period and also after each goal is scored. No player, other than the two fighting for possession of the puck, is permitted inside the 15-foot circle until the puck is dropped by the referee. 2 red spots, 2 feet in diameter, are marked on the ice in the neutral zone, 5 feet from each blue line and 44 feet apart like these. These spots are used for face-offs which occur as a result of one of the teams being offside at the blue line. In both end zones and on both sides of each goal, face-off spots and circles are marked on the ice. These face-off spots are 2 feet in diameter, and the circles are 2 inches wide with a radius of 15 feet from the center of the face-off spot. These spots are used for most face-offs which occur as a result of stoppage of play in the respective zones. The players' benches are usually located as shown right here. The penalty bench in Fort Wayne is located right here. On the ice immediately in front of the penalty timekeeper's seat, a red semicircle of 10 feet radius and 2 inches in width is drawn, and this is known as the referee's crease. And when the referee is in this area giving a penalty, no player is permitted inside the semicircle without incurring a penalty. Fans, a hockey game consists of 3 20-minute periods of actual play. There's a 10-minute break after the first and second periods, during which time the ice is resurfaced. The teams change ends for the second and the third periods. In the International Hockey League, where the teams are deadlocked at the end of 3 periods, there is currently a 10-minute sudden death overtime period. If neither team scores during that 10 minutes, the game goes into the records as a tie game, with each team scoring 1 point in the standings instead of 2 points for a win. In playoffs, all games are played to a decision, with regular 20-minute overtime periods following the initial 10-minute period. As an example, a game was played in Fort Wayne back on April 4th of 1960 in the Turner Cup playoffs of the International Hockey League. The game was tied 4-4 at the end of regulation time and was not decided until St. Paul scored the tie-breaking goal at 58 minutes and 29 seconds of the overtime. This happened to be at 28 minutes after 1 o'clock in the morning. And now, fans, let's take a look at some more common rules in the sport of hockey. A player is offside if he is over the attacking blue line and receives a pass from a teammate who is not over that blue line like this. He is also offside if he skates over the opponent's blue line before the puck carrier crosses the blue line. In other words, if he precedes the player with a puck. If a player crosses the blue line before the puck carrier, but skates back over it again before the puck carrier crosses it, or passes the puck to him, he is not offside. To summarize then, no player can precede the puck into the attacking zone. Here's another example. Our left defenseman passes the puck across his blue line to his left winger like this, who is waiting onside at the center red line. This is a legal pass. But as we show now, the pass is illegal or offside if it is passed from the defending zone to a player standing in the opponent's neutral zone beyond the center red line. In the offside case shown, a face-off will be made where the right defenseman was positioned when he made the pass to his right winger, which would be right here. Then to summarize, the puck can be passed from in the defending zone up to the center line. It can be passed freely within any zone, and the position of the player's skates are the determining factor for all pass receivers. Now let's talk about a phrase you hear frequently in a hockey game, icing the puck. Now during the game, you're almost bound to see what is called icing the puck. If a player shoots the puck from his side of the center red line down the ice and past the other team's red line behind the goal or the goal line, and there the puck is touched by an opponent, the player who shot the puck is called for icing the puck. When this happens, the play is immediately stopped, and the puck is brought back for a face-off at the far end face-off spot, and that's one of the big circles beside the goal of the defending team. The puck is not iced if it's touched by the opposing goalie or if a goal is scored directly as a result of the pass. So let's summarize this. The main purpose for this rule is to prevent teams from simply shooting the puck the length of the ice every time the other team penetrates their defensive zone. This rule guarantees a maximum of continuous action. Now here's something to remember. A team with less men on the ice than their opponents cannot be called for icing the puck. You'll often see a team that is shorthanded shooting the puck the entire length of the ice surface to keep it away from their end and to kill time while their player is serving his time in the penalty box. And let's summarize that. A team which is penalized for playing a man short is permitted to ice the puck to partially make up for being a man short. Now let's talk about some illegal goal situations. There will be times when you'll see the puck enter the net, the red light will flash on indicating a goal, but the goal will be disallowed. This is probably what has happened. We are showing our right winger shooting on goal with our center man illegally in the goal crease right here. And the same would apply if our center had deflected the puck into the goal from the right winger's shot. On the other hand, a player is allowed to skate right in on the goal with the puck, and he can score a legal goal, but he can be the only offensive player in the goal crease. He must have the puck. Another time when a goal is called illegal happens when a player of the attacking team bats the puck into the goal from above shoulder height or directs the puck into the goal with his hand or his body. Let's summarize this then. No player of the attacking team can be in the crease when a goal is scored except when he carries in Komets. These are actual game films of the Fort Wayne Komets in competition at the Memorial Coliseum. You'll see all the stars of the Fort Wayne Komets as they skate against the opponents in the International Hockey League.